Have you ever wondered what goes through the head of a quarterback as he makes a deadly accurate touchdown pass? I'm not talking about the exhilarating rush he feels, but the process that actually occurs in his brain that enables such rare athleticism. Take Cody Kessler, USC's accomplished quarterback who, going into the 2015 season, has the third highest pass completion rate of any NCAA quarterback at 69.7%. In his second season with the Trojans, he tied a USC season record with 39 touchdown passes, making him a clear Heisman Trophy and All-American candidate. It's obvious Kessler has set himself apart from the competition, but how much of this skill is due to some innate talent or training? How much does the average person, like myself, share with him on a fundamental cognitive level? The answer might surprise you, and can be explained with some basic neuroscience. Learning to execute a precise goal-directed movement like throwing a football to a receiver uses both real-time sensory information and a set of virtual models in the brain that make present predictions about the body based on past attempts at throwing a football. Although somewhat of a simplification, the preparation of a pass all starts with the decision to make a set of movements, which occurs in the area of the brain behind the forehead, called the prefrontal cortex. Following this, the motor cortex further back generates an intricate plan of movements and finally sends electrochemical signals to the muscles themselves to execute those movements. When we're talking about a fast, ballistic throwing movement made by a quarterback, believe it or not, but the real-time sensory feedback from the eyes, ears, and touch receptors takes too long to arrive at and be processed by the brain to be used as the sole mechanism for making an effective pass. Instead, the brain relies on two types of internal models that act as virtual simulations of how the body is currently throwing the football. To see how this works, take Kessler's 17-yard touchdown pass to wide receiver Nelson Agholor during the 2014 Holiday Bowl against Nebraska.
Kessler throws wide open, Agholor, touchdown. He came out of the backfield.
To break down this skillful throw, Kessler first picks a target location using his sense of sight based on where Agholor will be running to. This visual location and the current position of Kessler's body is then transformed through what is called an inverse model. The model takes sensory observations of the location where the football should be located in the future and predicts the set of throwing movements that will actually deliver the ball to that location in reality. These predictions are then turned into a fine-tuned sequence of muscle movements that Kessler will later execute. After initiating the throw, but before the ball actually leaves his fingers, an exact copy of these muscle commands is sent separately into what is called a forward model. This model predicts the sensory location the ball will end up traveling to based on how it is currently being thrown. If there is a discrepancy between this predicted ending location and the location where Agholor will physically be able to catch the pass, the forward model is so quick that Kessler still has time to make minute adjustments to his arm and body muscles to ensure the football gets caught in the right place at the right time, even though he may not be aware of this at all. Interestingly, inverse and forward models are used by all of us every day, in activities ranging from reaching for a cup of coffee to imitating a friend's voice. In fact, their fundamental functions are what are used to train and control industrial-sized robots, like the ones producing the Tesla Model S. But you're probably still wondering then, what sets you and I apart from an elite athlete like Cody Kessler? Well, the colloquial 10,000 hour rule says that it takes deliberately practicing something for at least 10,000 hours to become an expert at it. Just when you as a baby once learned over the course of thousands of hours to walk from point A to B without falling or wobbling in an unpredictable way, Kessler's throwing arm has also been developed over years of careful training, making his internal models for passing a football more accurate and reliable than the rest of us. In all likelihood, he also has some predisposed talent that we all wish we had as well. Hopefully you now have a better idea how skilled muscle coordination is made possible by many invisible processes that take place in the brain. On a fundamental level, the average person actually shares many similar cognitive mechanisms with the most elite of athletes. Even with this knowledge though, I know that I'll never cease to be amazed by the sheer agility required to throw a Hail Mary pass like this one. Thanks for watching.
heels of the timeout. Kessler cranks one downfield into the end zone.